Hey everyone, it's Pup Twigs here from Orlando, Florida, and joining me today on Unleashed is a pup from Denver, Colorado. His name is Pup Atlas. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Hello, Pup
Hey,
Twigs. Super
well,
excited
welcome.
to, yeah, super excited to be here.
I'm glad to have you. So I always dig in first with the name and the hood and your colors and what made you choose that. So let's talk a little bit about your name and your pup hood.
Sure. Yeah. So the choice of the name Atlas for my pup persona really holds a special significance to myself. In Greek mythology, Atlas is often depicted as a titan carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders.
Hmm.
Um, Similarly, my choice of the name Atlas reflects the idea of embracing responsibility and the strength to carry the challenges that life will present to me. The name also symbolizes a sense of exploration and adventure, much like the Explorer Atlas navigating through uncharted territories. I'd say this aligns with my journey in the pup play community, where each day brings new experiences and discoveries.
Hmm.
Um, Ultimately, Atlas encapsulates the themes of strength, responsibility, and exploration, which I feel really embody the spirit of my pup play journey and the values I hold within the community.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah, when it comes to the colors of the hood, I get a lot of feedback saying it looks like Spider-Man or Mario.
I
A
hadn't thought of
few,
that, but
but I love it. I didn't quite think about that when I designed it originally, but to me, that the red symbolizes passion and I'm going to say love,
mm,
representing the strong emotions and connection I found within the human puppy play community.
okay.
Where blue represents the calmness and trust, signifying a peaceful and accepting approach um, that I've had in the just my pup play experience, I'd say. And lastly, here the black symbolizes to me mystery and balance, representing a balance between the playful, emotional side, the red and blue side, and a more serious aspect of the role that I feel I tend to incorporate into the music I choose to cover.
Hmm.
The lyrics of the songs I choose really have a special, heartfelt meaning to me and the person that I am, I'd say.
Awesome. Well, how long have you been in the community now?
So officially, it'll be 2 years, May of 2024. So a little over a year and a half, I'd say.
Okay, so you're coming
Um,
up on your 2 year anniversary here.
Coming up on my 2 year, yep, in a few months,
All
I'd say.
right. So
Mhm.
in that time that you've been in the pup community, what have you found has been the easiest for you, and then what has been the more difficult for you?
Ooh, it's a good one. The easiest part I'll start with. The easiest part about being a pup, I'd say, has been the incredible sense of community and support within the puppy play world, especially when it comes to the content I upload on social media.
Mhm.
Connecting with like-minded individuals who share a passion for this lifestyle has been incredibly rewarding. The acceptance and understanding I found in this community has really made it easy to embrace my true self and express my desires without judgment.
Nice.
Um, which kind of takes me to, I'm going to say, the most difficult part. On the flip side, the most challenging part has been navigating some of the misconceptions and stereotypes that exist about the human puppy play community. Society in general may not fully understand um, the depth and I'm going to say meaning
Hmm.
behind this form of self-expression. Explaining the dynamics and the emotional connection involved can really be challenging to someone who might not have an open mind or someone that maybe never seen somebody in a pup hood before. However, I see this as really an opportunity to educate and break down some of those barriers, really fostering a more open-minded and accepting perspective.
No. Okay, all right.
Hmm.
Well, if you could go back and change one thing about our community,
Yeah.
what do you think you would want to change?
Oh man, let's see. So I mean, it's like Pup Atlas. How do you change the world, right?
Oh,
Uh,
true, true.
if I could change one thing about the pup community, It would be to really enhance the avenues for education and awareness.
Yeah.
Similar to the last question I mentioned, there's some misconception about it kind of on the surface, I'd say. While
Mm,
there is a strong and supportive community that I mentioned, I believe that increasing education on the various aspects of human puppy play can help dispel misunderstandings and misconceptions. Creating more accessible resources, maybe workshops or events that provide really accurate information about the community's values and dynamics and individual experiences could really further enrich the understanding both within and outside of our community. This way, we can promote a more informed and respectful discourse
mhm.
surrounding the pup community and encourage that broader acceptance and appreciation for all the diversity in our community as well.
Nice. Well, let's say there's someone that is there in the Denver area
Yeah.
and they're looking at getting into the pup community. What kind of advice would you give them?
Hmm. Let's see. My advice to someone wanting to get into pup play would to be to start, I'm gonna say to start by exploring your own desires and boundaries. Absolutely. Take time to understand what specific aspects of puppy play really resonate with you and what you're comfortable exploring. And communication is key. Um,
Mhm. Yes.
I would say have an open and honest discussion with potential handlers or fellow pups about your expectations, limits, and your preferences as well. It's a very accepting community from what I've experienced.
Hmm.
It can just be kind of tough to really foster that initial conversation.
Yeah.
I found that joining some local and online communities, like I know there's a lot of Telegram chats and a lot of just social media profiles. Joining some of those online communities can provide valuable support and some insights as well. I would say really seek guidance from some experienced members who can share their own journeys and offer advice and people that you personally trust. And remember that just that there's so much that goes into the pup persona and community, and I feel that each one is so unique that it's imperative that you know those expectations that you have of what you're looking to get out of it. Lastly, embrace the experience with an open heart and a sense of fun. Human puppy play to me is, all about self-expression and connection. So I'd really say allow yourself to explore and really enjoy the journey as you discover more about your own desires and the extremely supportive community that you're now a part of and that'll be around
Mhm.
you.
Oh, what great advice. So what brings Pup Atlas the most joy in pup play?
Pup Atlas, man, what a complex character. No, I would say the most joyous aspects of pup play for me is the profound sense of freedom and authenticity it really allows.
Hmm.
As a pup, I can really tap into a playful and carefree side of myself that might not always find expression, or that I might not always find a way to express in my day-to-day life as a
Yeah.
a human,
Yeah.
as I'm going to say. The connection with the supportive community really brings an incredible sense of belonging and understanding for me personally. And as I know we're going to talk about a little later, I imagine, but integrating my love for music into pup play has been a really unique sense and source of joy for me as well. Just the opportunity to express myself through music, covers, combining my passion for singing and playing instruments with the playful and creative aspects of puppy play has really added a rich layer to my overall experience.
Hmm.
And I'm going to say that what truly makes this journey remarkable is just the positive engagement from my followership on social media. I can't tell you how much it means to me to like just reading encouraging comments and messages. Everybody's so kind. Witnessing the interaction and knowing that the covers I've chosen have played a part in helping people through tough times has just been monumental to me. Um, I'm not going to get emotional now because I will easily do it, but
Oh,
the joy isn't just in the role playing itself or the creative expression, but also in the meaningful, heartfelt connections and the positive impact that resonates within a community.
Yeah.
It's this
And
shared
I'm
ex
with, oh, I'm
uh-huh.
sorry. Go ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I was just say it's a shared experience that continually encourages me to create and share new songs and fosters a sense of unity and support with the broader community as well.
Yeah, and I'm with you because I'm a very emotional pup too. So it doesn't take much to get me to that
Right.
point. But
Uh-huh.
no, I was going to ask. So I know a lot of pups have toys that they like to play with
Yeah.
and have around. Some don't. Do you have any kind of favorite play toys that you like to keep around?
Currently, I haven't discovered one quite yet. I know I've been to a couple of pup events where there were toys available, and I played with a couple of them, but haven't quite found the one that really resonates with me quite yet. Still kind of exploring that side of the of puppy play for myself.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So on a deeper note,
Yeah.
being a pup and setting aside our human form every now and then and being able to get into this, what has it done for your mental health?
Ooh, really good question. Um, Being a pup has profoundly, is the word that comes to mind, profoundly had a positive impact on my mental health. Embracing the pup play lifestyle has provided me and allotted me a unique sense of fulfillment, like an
Hmm.
outlet I can really feel fulfilled in when it comes to self-expression and stress relief. The role-playing aspect allows me to step away, like you kind of like you mentioned earlier, step away from the demands of everyday life and really tap into a more carefree, playful side of myself. Um, as mentioned previously, the supportive community that comes along with being
Hmm.
a pup, uh, this world has also been instrumental in maintaining my mental well-being too.
Good.
Um, like I kind of said earlier, like just knowing there's a group of like-minded individuals who understand and accept me and others in this amazing community, really I feel fosters a sense of belonging and connection and creates a space where I can be authentic without judgment. Um, Lastly, here, the rituals and kind of routines associated with pup play provide a sense of structure and comfort that I feel really do contribute just to a more positive mindset. Um, it's not just a form of escapism, but a holistic approach to mental well-being
Hmm.
that combines creativity, community, self-discovery, etc. Overall, being a pup has been a transformative and really empowering journey, contributing significantly to my mental health in a extremely positive way.
Good, good. Well, is there anything that you wish you had known about the pup community before you got into it?
Yes, kind of on a positive note, one thing I wish I knew before becoming a pup is just the incredible journey of self-discovery and personal growth that it would really lead to. Little did I know that just putting on a puphood would really teach me a lot about myself.
Hmm.
And embracing the pup play lifestyle has really opened doors to aspects of myself that I might not have explored otherwise. Uh, the sense of freedom and authenticity that comes with this role has truly been liberating. Um, Understanding the supportive and accepting nature of the community has also been a pleasant surprise. Uh, I mentioned earlier, like it gets me really in the feels when I just get these incredible messages that people say, "Hey, that song was my favorite song that you chose to sing," and the words really helped me through a tough week I was having, or helped me through a bad relationship. I helped me get out of a bad relationship. There's so many things that really just warm my little puppy heart
Hmm.
that I read and just really I it brings great joy, I'm gonna say. Um, the connections I formed, the friendships I've developed have enriched my life in ways that I had I could never dream of and had never anticipated. Um, Overall, I wish I had known earlier about the positive impact that being a pup would also have just holistically on my life. Uh,
Hmm.
just so transformative, so joyous, so accepting, and really just brought a deeper understanding of who I am as a person.
Awesome. Yeah. And I'm with you. I just can't get over how, oh, it's hard to put words on it, but how positive the group can be when you're having a down day. They just seem to all come around and want to build you back up. And it's just an amazing feeling. It really is.
Absolutely. 100%. I couldn't agree more with you. So,
So I'm going to skip one question and come back
sure.
to it. I just want to find out, does Pup Atlas have any pets of your own?
Uh, I do. I do have one pet. He's a dog. His name is actually Denver, named
Nice.
after the city metro area I live in. So his name's Denver.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So tell me about the what the community looks like in Denver. What kind of events do you guys have going on there?
Yeah. So coincidentally, actually last night I went to a pup event here in town. Um, the events here are the events at this specific place I went to last night are actually every month, and I'm personally making a better effort to attend the ones that take place there, as well as a few other ones in the area. Um, I've heard a lot of really great things about. Uh, I've only been to a few events, but I know that there are plenty that go around.
Hmm.
It was really, really cool this past year, 2023, Denver Pride. Met some incredible pups, and it's kind of funny. Like I'm marching with this pup group, and there's like three people on the sideline, and they're like Pup Atlas, and I'm like, what? And I'm like waving at them, and they're like, oh my gosh! And it felt really, really nice to just see people and be like, you make me so happy, you know. But the pup community here in Denver, I'm going to say is really, really strong. I'm still in the process of, as I mentioned, kind of attending more and getting to know some of the other individuals in the area. Um, and that's something that I have an opportunity for, and something that I, in 2024, have set a goal to attend more pup events because I had the time of my life, so much fun, and people were just kind of walking around and introducing me to all these other pups who I forgot all their names, but super incredible people there as well. So I would say it's great here.
Awesome. Well, let's get into your hobbies.
Sure.
What
Yeah.
do you like to do around Denver?
Yeah. So I'm gonna say I have I mean, quite a range of hobbies that keep me engaged and inspired. Um, as I'm sure we'll talk about here, one of my greatest passions is immersing myself in the world of music in general, but especially live music.
Hmm.
I found tremendous joy in attending a wide variety of live events, from intimate acoustic sessions to really high energy concerts. I'm a huge attender of multiple raves throughout the year. I love just the energy of that music, and uh, I love metal, going to metal shows and going to classical concerts as well. It's quite a wide variety. I could never put my Apple Music library on shuffle because it'll go from like Finding Nemo soundtrack to like death metal screaming to Adele to One Republic back to Sleeping Beauty soundtrack. So it's quite a it's I have to make playlists. I'm gonna say like what mood I'm feeling, right?
Sure, sure.
Um, the energy of a live performance, the connection with the audience, and the artistry of the musicians resonates with me a lot. Another thing, a couple more things I should say that I'm really interested in on the tech side. I'm a huge nerd when it comes to technology, exploring latest gadgets, cell phones, computers, and just really keeping up with the technological advancements and understanding how they shape our lives is something I really, really enjoy.
Hmm.
Whether it's diving into the like intricacies of new software, experimenting with the latest tech innovations, it's a hobby that constantly keeps me curious, and I love it. It's a very expensive hobby, though, I will say.
Yes, it is a very expensive hobby. Yes.
Yes, this next one too is a very expensive hobby. I'm a huge car nerd as well.
Oh, yeah.
I find just fascination in design, engineering, and performance of cars. Just whether it's exploring the latest innovations in an automotive technology or appreciating modern vehicle design. There's just so much that goes into it that I really, really enjoy. Uh, I've owned some quick cars. I'm gonna say that I intentionally traded in because I'm like I'm gonna get in trouble with this vehicle, you know. And so I have a total dad car now. I'm gonna say so. Uh, I will say that cars, music, are two of my other, or excuse me, music, tech, cars are just three of my biggest hobbies that I just want to let everybody know about. So
Well, I want to dig deeper into your music side of it
yeah.
because I took the time to go and listen to some of your music that you have on Instagram, and then
Uh,
just a few minutes before we get on live here, I'm looking at your TikTok, and I thought, oh my gosh, looks like there's even more here that I'm going to have to go listen to. Um, when did you know that you like to sing music other than just listen to it?
that's a really good question. First off, thank you and everyone that watches this for listening to my songs. That means so much to me, and I am always at a loss of words for just how incredible like community this is. That's super supportive. When it comes to a time that I kind of knew I wanted to be a musician, my family is my family. I'm going to say are musicians. My father and his father, uh, and I was always worried about that growing up. Okay, dad's a musician. Do I need to be a musician too? Like, do I
Hmm.
have to? And thankfully, he never forced music onto me. It's
Yeah.
something that I naturally just wanted to be a part of. I actually do have a degree in music from Texas A&M. So did go to school for that. Um, I did learn I didn't want to play classical guitar after college, which is what I went to school for. But I will say throughout my childhood, kind of the idea of being a musician kind of resonated with me throughout the childhood years. When I was, let's see, I'm gonna say 17 is probably the first time where I was like, I think I can kind of sing, so I'm gonna try to get up on the stage or the karaoke bar and just go it. I have my soda. I'm 17 years old, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this. So I would say 17 years old. I'm currently 32 years old. So
Okay.
few years ago, 17 is when I tried singing, but I want to say about 8 years ago is when I was like, I want to really invest more into trying to sing better and trying to play like get better at my instrumentation and things of the sort. So
Hmm.
8 years ago is when I started taking it seriously, but 17 is when I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna do this.
Do you have any special artists that you like to do their music, or you just kind of, is it just a song speaks to you and has a meaning to you, and this is why I want to do it?
Really good question. This one, there's a few when people ask like who's your favorite artist? I'm like, oh my gosh, like what genre, because
Yeah, yeah.
if you're talking like, metal music, I can rattle them off. If you're thinking pop music, I can rattle them off. There are some artists that I do really enjoy doing their music. A lot of Coldplay, especially. I just have always really connected with their music.
Hmm.
Just kind of growing up to now and seeing them kind of like just explode in popularity and definitely some of the funnest live events I've ever been to were some of those shows.
Yeah.
I know I primarily do a lot of pop music on my Instagram page, and as I think I mentioned before in one of the questions, if I hear the lyrics and I'm like, oh man, they hit me in the feels,
Hmm.
I'm like, I'm gonna see, can I replicate this or does this have a special meaning to me? So it is a bit of both. The song I have a connection to, and also I like the song. Um, I've kind of noticed that some of the songs I do are quite a few years old. Somebody pointed that out the other day, like, this is from 2007 or 2008, and trying to do a little bit more modern songs, but nothing wrong with the oldies too. But I think I resonate with those as well because I was really growing up when those were kind of playing on the radio, and I
Yeah.
was just kind of in my childhood, childhood to teenage to adult years. Um, but there are a lot of songs I get like I want to do, and I'm thinking like, man, like how would I do this and such. But it is quite a process of like I'm choosing a song to do. There's been a couple times where I keep getting a lot of like requests for certain songs, so I will do that one.
Hmm.
Um, And there's been a couple times where I'm like, yeah, I'll do that one. And then I'm like, this is really challenging to do. I started and I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot get this note right. What is going on? But it's quite a journey and I love it. As I think I mentioned earlier too, it's really exciting to see just like the response. People are like, "Oh my gosh, this is great! I love the song." Even when I mess up the words to songs, which I've done in a few videos, but a little Easter egg there. Or if if I forget the lyrics randomly, I'm
Oh
singing in
yeah.
the microphone like this, and then I'm like, I totally forgot what the next line was. So there's a lot of like, I'm gonna say comical things that go on behind the scenes, that I find myself, in the middle of the lyric and I say it weird or I say the wrong word and I just shout a cuss word out, randomly. So there is a human side of it that I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to get this right.
Oh
My
yeah.
my my people are counting on me. But it's super fun and to kind of go back to your question, it there are certain artists I do favor. I feel like their vocal range is similar to mine. There's some times where I try to push my vocal range and I think back and I'm like, man, that was tough, but I'm always up for the challenge and trying to branch outside of my comfort zone, I'd say.
Well, I know I've listened to a lot of the ones that you have on your Instagram channel, and right now doesn't mean it will change as I go listen to the rest of them and your TikTok as well. But Creep is the one that resonates with me the most, and how you sing that is just the chills and the feels I get on my end from it. So
Thank you so much. I'm glad you liked that one. That was one that I stretched my vocal ability. I'm going to say there's that kind of part at the end where I was like, am I going to hit this? And I'm just going in for it. So I'm happy to know that you really enjoyed that one. And
yes,
um, it's one that I go back and listen to and I'm like, okay, I did it. I did it. And I think about it too. I'm like, I'm going to go re-record it, but it's one of those things that I think just leaving it the way it is and
yes,
that it resonates with you and you like it is just, it's huge, for me, and just is a shot of dopamine that I
that,
love. So
good,
thank you so
good.
much for saying that. I'm glad you
Oh
like
yeah.
that one.
Well, have you thought about going and trying out on some of these music shows like America's Got Talent or American Idol or The Voice or anything like that?
Uh, this is a good question. I've gotten asked this by in a few messages and whatnot. I haven't considered it. Um, it's we're all our own worst critics, right? So when I
Oh
watch those
yes.
shows and watch this person, start the show out and then like completely just go on to win the whole competition, I'm like, do I like that couldn't be me. That's kind of my like mentality about it. I have a few of my friends have tried to talk me into like, hey, they're going to be in Denver. You should go try out. And I'm like, I was like, uh, not quite yet. It's not something I'm opposed to in the future, but right now when I think about it, I'm like, I'm not going to win. Why even try? But it's probably because internally I'm like, um, just saying all the things that could go wrong or things of that
Right.
sort. But maybe one day, and if I do, of course, I'll let everybody know. I don't know if they let me on there with the pup hood, but I can always try to walk
Hey,
in with it and see what they
all
say,
they have to do
right?
is say no. You can ask. So
You're right. That is true. The worst they could say is no. So
I hate that we're going to have to wrap this up soon, but I wanted to give you that chance. Is there a question that you would like to ask the next guest that I have on my podcast about being a pup, about the pup community, whatever it might be?
yeah, the one that immediately comes to mind is if so for your next person you're interviewing, if you could highlight one special moment or memory from your journey in the pup community that truly warmed your heart and brought a smile to your face, what would that be? Like, what was your moment where you're like, I love being a pup and I love how I feel and I love how accepted I am. So, what's your moment? Just sharing these uplifting experiences helps foster that sense of connection and positivity within our community. And
Okay.
I'd love to hear about the moments that have made their puppy play journey memorable.
Okay, all right. And the one that I have here, first I have to ask a little bit more information.
Yeah.
Have you done any or gone to any other pup events other than in Denver?
Yep, I've been to a few in Colorado Springs, where I live for quite a bit of time. Um, I've been to a couple there. It's a lot smaller of a community, but still growing, I'm going to say.
Okay.
But I have been to a few others here in
Well,
Colorado.
this question came from Pup Binks out of Phoenix, Arizona,
All right.
and he wanted to know how would you describe the pup community in your location in Denver compared to other locations that you've possibly been a part of?
Yeah. So Denver compared to Colorado Springs. The Denver, so both communities, I'm going to start off by saying, are super accepting, very just friendly, incredible people that I've had the pleasure of and the honor of getting to know a little bit more. Um, the difference between the two, I'm going to say, is a lot of puppies in Colorado Springs are really newer puppies. Are more exploring like just their puppy side,
Hmm.
where a lot of the pups in Denver, I feel like, are tenured a little bit more experienced in the community. Um, that might be just the different demographics of the two cities, and where they're located.
Okay.
But what I've noticed is there's newborn puppies here, or I should say in Colorado Springs, where Denver's going to have a variety of kind of puppies further along on their journey.
Okay. All right. Well, if other pups wanted to reach out to you, how might they reach out to you? What social medias would you like to share here?
Yeah, so I believe on my Instagram I have a link tree link, but I'm most active on Instagram. That's where I post a lot of my videos and pictures in my bathroom. And some of the other channels there, I usually re-upload on TikTok. And then on Twitter, I don't have any content on there currently, but I do repost, I guess is the term now. I
Okay.
repost a lot of things on Twitter. So Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or X, excuse me, are the three that I'm on currently.
And if I read it right, your to find you, it's underscore Atlas underscore pup.
That is correct. Yep, those are the best
I
ones.
want to make sure we have that correct in case someone is wants to reach out, they know how to get in touch with you.
Absolutely. Yep.
Well, so any last words from Pup Atlas before we jump off of here?
Just a huge thank you to everyone out there that's watching and will watch and that is engaged with myself. Y'all really just have changed my life. As cliche as that sounds, you really changed my life. I want to thank you, Pup Twigs, as well, for having me on your podcast today as well. Huge opportunity. As soon as I saw your message, I was like, heck yes, let's do this. So thank you so much to everybody. I heart all your faces and love all your comments, messages. I try to read them all, and I just want to say I love y'all. So
Oh, awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure getting to catch up with you, and I know this won't be the last time because I want to hear that music and stuff.
right.
So, but go and enjoy the rest of your day, and I will be talking to you again soon.
Sounds good. Thank you so much again, Pup Twigs. Have a good rest of your day as well, and everyone out there too. Thanks again.